Thank you, Abhinav, for that heart-touching performance. We have some esteemed guests amongst us today. On behalf of Sir Sangam, I would like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us here today. Firstly, I would like to call upon Dr. Jaipratibha from Noble Hospital to share a few words with us regarding autism. Dr. Jaipratibha is the Deputy HOD, General Pediatric Medicine, Department of Pediatrics and Neonatology at Noble Hospital. Dr. Jaipratibha.
My dear friends and esteemed guests, a very good evening to all of you. As Lata has already told you that I'm working at Noble Hospital, and we all have gathered here today at the eve of the 16th World Autism Awareness Day. And I'm sure you all must be enjoying this mesmerizing and foot-tapping music. But as we all have gathered here for awareness regarding autism, I think Can you hear me now? Yeah. So let us have a little few words. I won't take much of your time, but so that we all see that people feel that there is an increase in cases of autism when it is not so. It is just that maybe because of the awareness that has increased among parents and in general public, that now we are catching these cases much. So first, let me tell you what is happening, that we see many children whose parents are concerned with the child's speech. Most parents, they tend to notice that something is wrong with the child. They cannot pinpoint what is there, but they feel that something is amiss. And this happens when they are able to catch it is around 2 and 2.5 years of age. When they see that the child is not speaking in the same fashion as other children of their age are speaking. So they are mainly concerned with speech. But let me tell you, one thing we have to be careful is that autism is not concerned only with speech. It is much more than speech. It is not just a speech disorder. So children who speak late or who don't speak as per the other children in their age group, whom we call peer group, all of them are not autistic. We can divide these children in 3 groups. One first group is a child who understands everything that is being told to him. And he communicates in gestures. वो इशारों में बात करता है. उसको पानी चाहिए तो बोलेगा पानी चाहिए. उसको जो चीज़ चाहिए उसको पॉइंट करेगा कि उसे चाहिए. सिर्फ बोलेगा नहीं. और अगर आप उसको जो बोलते हैं उसको पूरा समझता है. हम लोग मेडिकल टर्मिनोलॉजी में बोलते हैं कि जब तक बच्चा 2 साल का होता है उसको 3 स्टेप कमांड, सिंपल 3 स्टेप कमांड उसको फॉलो करना चाहिए. मतलब ये हुआ 3 स्टेप कमांड का कि मैं बोलूँ बच्चे को बेटा बाहर जाओ, पेन लेके आओ और पापा को दो. बाहर जाओ पहला स्टेप, पेन लेके आओ दूसरा स्टेप और पापा को दो. तो वो उसको समझ में आएगा, वो जाके वो स्टेप वो कर देगा. या गेस्ट आए हैं, आप बोलो जाओ पानी लेके आओ अंकल को दे दो, तो वो जाएगा पानी लेके आएगा अंकल को देगा. तो ये 3 स्टेप्स कमांड, ये ज़्यादातर बच्चे 2 से 2.5 साल के उम्र में समझने लगते हैं एंड दे स्टार्ट डूइंग इट. तो अगर बच्चा ये सब कर रहा है और बच्चों के संग खेल रहा है, उससे जो बोला जा रहा है उसे समझ में आ रहा है, सिर्फ बोल नहीं रहा या कम बोल रहा है, तो ये चिंता का विषय नहीं है. वो बोलने लगेगा कुछ दिनों में जब हम उसको, ठीक है, वी हैव टू इंटरवीन, बट दिस इज़ नॉट ऑटिज्म एंड आई एम नॉट वरीड अबाउट दिस चाइल्ड एट ऑल. He will start speaking. Now second group is a child who communicates with gestures. वो इशारों में बात करता है. आप उसको जो बोलते हैं उसको कभी फॉलो करता है और कभी नहीं फॉलो करता. कब फॉलो करेगा वो? कई बार these children are very smart. They will lip read. तो अगर आपने बिल्कुल उसके सामने बोला और उसने लिप रीड किया तो वो फॉलो करेगा. लेकिन अगर साइड से बोला, पीछे से बोला तो शायद ना सुने. फॉर दिस चाइल्ड आई विल बी कंसर्न, बट फॉर वॉट मे मोस्ट लाइकली इसका हियरिंग इम्पेयरमेंट है. तो इसकी हमको, सो दिस इज ऑल्सो नॉट एन ऑटिस्टिक चाइल्ड. नाउ वी कम टू द थर्ड ग्रुप. हियर आई विल बी वेरी वरीड. हियर वॉट हैपन्स, द चाइल्ड नॉट ओनली डज नॉट स्पीक, but does not use gestures. He doesn't point out to things. यूजुअली बच्चों को जो चाहिए होता है वो पॉइंट करते हैं कि अगर आप उसको पूछो फ़ैन कहाँ है तो पॉइंट करेंगे, नोज़ कहाँ है तो पॉइंट करेंगे, या आइज़ कहाँ है तो पॉइंट करेंगे. ये बच्चा पॉइंट नहीं करता, बल्कि अगर इसे कुछ चाहिए तो ये आपका हाथ पकड़ के आपको वहाँ तक लेके जाएगा, ना कि वो पॉइंट करेगा. ठीक है. एंड सेकेंड थिंग इज़ कि वो एक बहुत बड़ा है कि ही डजेंट रेसिप्रोकेट योर साइन ऑफ अफेक्शन, जिसको आज क्योंकि इतना म्यूज़िक का माहौल है तो आप उसको शाहरुख खान जेस्चर बोल सकते हैं. मूवीज़ में शाहरुख खान का क्या जेस्चर है? He does like this, and what happens? The heroine comes running into his arm. So here what happened when the parent, किसी का भी मम्मी पापा आत्या या मौसी मामा कोई भी जब ऐसा करता है तो बच्चे दौड़ के आते हैं कि मुझे गोद में उठा लो, या उनके पास आके झप्पी पाना, हम जिसको बोलते हैं हग, वी हग द चाइल्ड. These children don't do this. They in fact they avoid human contact. They are more interested in mechanical things, in objects. जैसे हम बोलते हैं वस्तु मगन, मनुष्य से वो दूर और वो वस्तु में मगन रहता है. बहुत से पेरेंट्स आते हैं लेकिन हमारा बच्चा, स्पेशली जो दादी होती हैं, वो बोलेंगी कि नहीं पर नर्सरी राइम्स तो बहुत अच्छे से बोलता है, ही कीप स्पीकिंग. बट दिस इज़ द थिंग कि ये बच्चे नर्सरी राइम्स बहुत अच्छे से बोलेंगे, या कोई भी फ्रेज वो रट के उसको रिपीट करते रहेंगे, वही बात वही फ्रेज अगेन एंड अगेन दे विल बी स्पीकिंग, बट दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड एंड स्पीक. And they are not interested in human beings. They are more interested in objects. And objects भी, वस्तु में भी, पूरे ऑब्जेक्ट में they have no interest. जैसे अगर उनको हम कार खेलने के लिए देंगे, या डॉक्टर सेट हुआ, या लड़की हुई, या जो भी उनके होते हैं आजकल बच्चे खेलते हैं बाबी सेट, ये तो दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट सेट एज अ होल, कि उसका पर्पस क्या है. कार का पर्पस है चलना, तो बच्चे चलाते हैं, दौड़ाते हैं कार. कुछ बच्चे होते हैं उसको उसमें इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उसके एक पार्ट में, लाइक उसका जो व्हील है, दे विल कीप प्लेइंग विद दैट व्हील ओनली. या पेन का जो कैप है, दे विल play only with that. They will not use that pen or that car as a whole. So if a child has got all these things along with the complaint that he's not speaking, he's speaking late, he's not speaking like other children his age, here I will be very worried, and this will raise my suspicion of autism. So now अभी लता जी ने बोला कि पहले एक थ्योरी थी कि cold mothers cause autism. She herself said that it is a myth, and so what is autism? How does it develop? See, it is a neurodevelopmental disorder and it is genetically determined. Though environment also plays a role, in which medical terminology we say that it is genetic plus epigenetic, but the main culprit is the genetic. It is a genetic disorder and it is present since birth, but becomes evident later on, because we are able to catch it when we see that social interaction is not happening. So this is what it is. And if in a family one child is autistic, then the chance that the second sib will have autism becomes 15% more than the general population. And if two children are autistic, then for the third the chances are 30% more. Okay. Now, but is it curable? Yes, sure, it is. What happens once a diagnosis of autism is made? Parents are terrified. And why are they terrified? Because they have seen scary videos and information on social media, and they tend to believe that nothing can be done for my child, and my child will not be able to function in the mainstream. This is not true. We have an example in front of us. Mr. Abhinav, what a talented boy. And one reason for this, their children not coming into the mainstream, is because the parents mistake autism for a speech disorder. They think it is a speech disorder and nothing else. So they keep focusing on speech and reading and writing. अपने हिंदुस्तान में तो अगर बच्चा पढ़ने में नंबर 96% नहीं लाता, 96 आते तो 99 क्यों नहीं आए वाली बात है. So they are focusing on speech and reading and writing and not on other aspects, not realizing that autism is not a speech disorder. It is a disorder of social interaction. Okay, so if you will keep focusing on only speech, reading and writing, so either the child will not learn at all or he will just learn rote learning, what we call parroting. वो जो बोल रहा है बस उसी को बोलता रहेगा. नर्सरी राइम सीख लिया उसने तो वही नर्सरी राइम बोलता रहेगा without understanding the meaning and without proceeding further. And he will never learn to understand what is being said and to communicate what is required. मुझे तो बच्चा ऐसा चाहिए जो सबके संग मिले, अपने अपने मौसी के संग जाए, आत्या के संग जाए, दादी के संग खेले, नानी के संग खेले. तो that is what is required. Not कि वो marks 98% लेके आए. That is not the aim of life. So parents, the ideal way is why we are talking about it is कि when the autism will affect, in which family it will come, or you might be knowing somebody, so that you can catch hold of them and give them the correct advice in your friends, family, in your society. So that what is the ideal way to go about is that if you suspect that something is amiss with your child, then seek intervention early. And please consult your pediatrician or a developmental pediatrician who is going to evaluate your child as a whole. There are multiple domains of development: social and communication development, language. Speech is just a part of language. Language is a very broad thing where it has everything. It has got gestures, non-verbal, verbal, all these things form language. So a complete assessment will be done and a rational intervention plan will be formulated. And I'm sure that if we follow this goal-based intervention and we keep monitoring the progress of the child, each child with autism will do better and will improve in time. Yes, there will be challenges, and challenges will be very vast challenges, especially when children come to seek help late, or children who are not only autistic, but along with autism, they have got other problems also. Like, you must have heard about Down syndrome. So, Down syndrome also has autism. Then there are other syndromes, I don't want to bore you with medical jargons, but where autism is a part of some other problem also. These children, there is a big challenge to get them into mainstream. But it can be done with proper care, proper intervention, goal-directed therapy. And I do not know all in the audience if we have more parents of autistic child or autistic support groups here. My humble request to all of you is don't get dejected by naysayers, pessimist relatives, and people in the society. Please ignore them and pardon them their biases. And for parents of children who are having autism, it's a request to all of you that when you are looking after your child, it is equally important that you look after your own self also. Give enough time for yourself to unwind. Support your spouse. And if you have other children, please try to divide your time equitably among other children, if not equally, because other children also require time. And we always say, try and keep the children away from screen. But if you're keeping them away from screen, then what has to be done? This time should be replaced by fun time together. Come together as a family, play games, do activities which all of you enjoy, and unwind yourself. And please take help. Never hesitate to ask for help from friends, family, support group, doctors. We are all here to support you. And one reason why we are seeing a little increase in autism, it is also just a hypothesis. That is ki in olden times also, see, autism also has different grades, mild, moderate, severe. So when we used to have joint families, everybody used to be staying together. There was no television, no mobile phones. So whatever free time people used to have, they would all get together. They would speak, they would interact. So mild cases of autism will be, or automatically the intervention therapy was taking place at home. What is the intervention therapy? Intervention therapy is this: to interact with the child, to speak with the child, to engage the child into activity. So these mild cases were getting cured automatically. So they were not being picked up. Now with nuclear families coming up, with so much of screen time and all, these mild cases are also manifesting. So this, and any questions you have, you can ask me regarding autism. If any questions, I would be happy. Otherwise, I would just wind up my talk on the note that let us all pledge together to support and make a world of difference by having all people with autism to reach their full potential. Thank you.